Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, an initial shave with the Caveem DE Safety Razor, which is this box right here. This is a safety razor that you can currently get on Amazon with the razor as well as a 5-pack of blades for only $10, which is probably the most affordable safety razor that I've come across. It comes in 3 separate colors. There's going to be a gunmetal, which is a black kind of gray. The champagne, which is more of like this goldish brownish color. And then they also have rose gold. All of them are going to be virtually identical in design with this ridge pattern across it, the typical safety razor top. And then each of these boxes comes with 5 blades. And they also offer being able to purchase 60 blades or 12 5-pack of blades for only $9. And so that's very affordable as well. And so what we'll do is we'll go over the packaging, take this out, show you what the blade looks like. Then I'll walk through shaving with it for the very first time. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links below. But as far as the packaging, it's very compact. The company actually emphasizes that they try to minimize packaging and waste to be better for the environment, which is why this is so minimal here, which is nice. It says Caveem, says safety razor, shows that it's the champagne color, says that there's one metal razor and then 5 separate blades that are individually wrapped. On the side here it says it's cruelty-free, vegan, lightweight products, so it's good for animals, no testing on animals. As far as how to use, they do have a video here with the QR code if you want to walk through that. But that's really it for the packaging. Really it says lightweight, money saving, cleans, protects. I've been using DE safety razors for quite some time now, and I absolutely love them. Okay, I needed my knife to open this up. But I've been using them for many years now, and the benefit of DE safety razors is it doesn't have the plastic and expensiveness of cartridge razors. So typically with the DE razor, you can get upwards of like 3 to 5 shaves out of a razor blade before you need to replace it. And usually you can get a pack of like 100 blades or even 60 blades for this matter for only $9, so it's very, very affordable and it lasts a long time. As far as the packaging, they've got the blade here, or the razor blade here. They've got the 5-pack of razor blades as well, and then here is another QR code on how to use, but we'll walk through that as part of this video. As far as the razor blade itself, oh, it's interesting because it's very, very lightweight. Very, very different here. So this is extremely, extremely lightweight. It's not heavy. There's not like, it's not weighted at all in the handle. It's virtually like super lightweight. Like you can balance this across any area. So it'll be interesting to shave with this because a lot of razor blades either weight the handle to balance it out a little bit or put more weight on the top end so you can use it that way. But really when you're shaving with this, once you have the blade in, you really just let the blade do the work and just run it across your face. And so the lightweight aspect of this will be interesting to see that dynamic as compared to the other blades that I've used. As far as the design beyond that, the champagne color is really nice. It's like gold accented color, metallic. There's a grooved ridges across the entire pattern here with a lot of grip. There's like these segments here which are grooved, and then there's 3 segments there, and then at the bottom here there's an area where like it's a little bit more like rounded, so you can grip it there. But the handle's definitely long enough, not too short there. Some handles are a little bit shorter where you can't reach on the bottom, but this is a nice size from that standpoint. And the ridge pattern allows you to maneuver this very, very easily. And I'm not too worried about this slipping because there's no sleekness to it, so it's really nice there. As far as the top part here, champagne color. Really for these, when you use them, basically you unscrew this, there's going to be 2 separate parts. The top part is going to be this area with 3 separate prongs here, which allow the blade to sit into it. We'll actually take out one of these blades so you can see what I mean by that. But each of the blades are going to be individually wrapped like this. which is pretty standard for most blades, but every blade is kind of different as far as manufacturing and such. But the DE blades are going to be double-edged blades, one blade on this side, the other on the other side. It says Caveem here, it says Superior Platinum, and when you put the blade in, basically it'll sit across these prongs, rest like that, and that'll prevent it from twisting as you're shaving. And then once you do that, you basically put this other piece here across the top there, and then screw this down. As I always say, you don't have to make this super tight. It's really just has to be hand tight so that it doesn't spin or anything like that. You don't want to over torque it because it could damage the screw head there and kind of wear it out more quickly. But you also don't want it too loose, because if it's too loose, one, the blade on the edge will be standing out and not flush as much, but also if it's too loose, it can spin while you're shaving and you're more prone to cut yourself. So that's it. The blade will basically sit here. There's going to be a groove pattern along here that allowed it to run across your face and kind of take the hairs with it, and then there's a groove on the bottom here that collects that cut hair, so it kind of cleans as it goes. But that's pretty standard as far as DE razors. Beyond that, not much different. The only thing I will say that I do like about this design is there is a ridge here. I've had a couple blades where it's just flush there, and that this actually prevents it from rotating more, and it kind of like sits directly in there. So it's a nice elegant design there. I'm really curious about the lightweight aspect of this though, because it is extremely lightweight, extremely compact. And there's like no weighted aspect of it, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes as far as shaving. But what we'll do now is we'll walk through shaving with this for the very first time. Okay, so now we'll walk through shaving with the Caveem razor for the very first time. As far as prepping the blade, as we discussed earlier, all you have to do is just unscrew the bottom, take off the top. The 3-prong part, you'll just put the blade directly onto there. Then you take the bottom part here, put that on, and then just screw this on until it's basically tight but not too tight, basically hand tight, and then the blade's ready to go. As far as this video, I'm really just going to shave with this. I'm not going to walk through the different directions for safety razor wet shaving. I've got other videos on that content, but really this is just to review the blade and provide feedback as far as how it performs, especially with the lightweight aspect of it. But we'll walk through shaving with this now. As far as the shaving cream I'm going to be using Jack Fur's shave cream. I've done a video on this in the past, but I've been using this for quite some time, and it's a really nice shave cream because it comes out like this and you can spread it easily across your entire face, and you don't need too much compared to like other shave creams and shave soaps, and it lubricates very well, even though you don't have to put too much on. So really that's all you need as far as a dab. And then now what we'll do is we'll walk through shaving with the Caveem razor. Okay, so that was one pass with the Caveem razor. As far as initial feedback with it, the lightweight design is definitely a little bit different because there's not as much heaviness to the handle and the blade. So what I found was sometimes with the blade, it would catch my hair a little bit and I'd have to like pull a little bit harder and press a little bit more, so there's like a tactile feel to it as compared to other blades that if there's more weight behind it, it'll kind of like just drag across and kind of cut more evenly. So that's one thing to be cautious with, is if you're doing this for the very first time, just kind of don't press too hard, let the blade do the work and just get a tactile like feel as far as how hard you have to press versus not. And if you find you're cutting yourself, it's probably because you're pressing too hard, and it's better for you to like lighten up and just let the blade do the work. As far as shaving, there's some patchiness to it. Usually when I do a first single pass, there's some areas that I miss, so I always come back for a second time, so we'll do that now. Okay, so all done shaving with the Caveem razor. I'll say that It's actually a pretty good razor. Even though it's lightweight, I did get a good sense after using it on the second pass how hard to press and how hard versus not. And to be honest, this is probably the first time I've done a YouTube video where I have not cut myself while shaving. Granted, I was paying more attention than usual, not explaining it, but I don't see any nicks or cuts, so that's a nice aspect of it. The blade itself is a little bit lighter weight. It's like you could feel like that as you're pulling across the hairs, it does catch a little bit. So if you're somebody that has thicker hair or coarser hair, you might have to kind of see if this really works or not. But in general, this blade did work. I'd probably expect maybe like 2 to 3 shaves out of it before you do have to replace it. Sometimes other blades I've gotten away with like 5 sometimes, but no issues that I've noticed. As far as the closeness, sorry, I had stuff on my hand. It looks like I did shave everywhere pretty smoothly. It is down to the skin, and it worked very well for a DE safety razor. I'll say that from personal experience, I've used the Edwin Jaeger one, which was probably about like $25, $30. I used the lather and wood one, which was about $15. I did the Manscaped one, which I think it's about $30. I don't remember the price on that. And then I also recently did the Zomchi one, which is about $21. And so as far as price, this is definitely the most affordable one at $9 or $10. It's definitely the most affordable one. The groove pattern on the handle is really nice. You do get a lot of grip. The lightweight aspect allows you to manipulate it very easily, so you do adjust to the contours of your face easily. It's just you do have to compensate for that if you're used to a heavier blade. Because for instance, the Manscaped one and the Edwin Jaeger are a little bit heavier, so you press a little bit harder, or don't have to press as hard. But that's kind of the general gist of this. But at $10, this is great for the price, especially if you're getting into DE safety razor shaving. If you are a beginner, I'd just be very cautious with not pressing too hard and just taking your time with it until you're comfortable. But this is a very, very cheap, affordable way to get into safety, like shaving with a safety razor. And if you like their blades, they're only $9 for 60 blades, which could last you upwards of a year, because that's like almost 300 shaves. But that's all I have for this video. If you have questions, comments, post them below. But thanks for watching and have a great day.